أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته رب اشرح لي صدري ويسر لي أمري واحلل عقدة من لساني يفقه قولي ربنا زدنا علما آمين يا رب العالمين. So here we are with our lesson number 59 of Ilm Nahu, and we have been applying our basic Nahu and Surf rules to Surah Jinn, and today inshallah we are going to learn about ayah number 4. We did little grammar for the Nahu grammar and the Surf for ayah number 1, 2 and 3, and we have been trying to translate the surah, and inshallah, I hope that you'll be able to memorize the surah with the translation. So, the third ayah that we did, وَأَنَّهُ تَعَالَى جَدُّ رَبِّنَا مَتَّخَذَ صَاحِبَةً وَلَا وَلَدًا. So, exalted is His magnificence, nobleness, His greatness, and His command. We can say so. The jinns affirmation that Allah does not have a wife and children, and this he has taken neither a wife nor a son, meaning for exalted is he above taking a mate and having children. So this means that when the jinns accepted Islam and believed in the Quran, they professed Allah's magnificence and above having taken a spouse or a child. Na'udzu billah. So then after that they said the fourth ayah is وَأَنَّهُ كَانَ يَقُولُ سَفِيهُنَا عَلَى اللَّهِ شَطَطًا. So let's start with ayah number 4. وَأَنَّهُ كَانَ يَقُولُ سَفِيهُنَا عَلَى اللَّهِ شَطَطًا. وَأَنَّهُ, and that here again we see this Anna wa its ism, that attached ism, we call it Anna wa ismuha, that is the attached pronoun who. Then we have this wow as well. It is harf of atf, right? This is harf of atf. وأنه كان يقول سفيه على الله شططا. Let's see this كان يقول, and that a foolish one has been saying, or he said, he has been saying, or he was saying, Safihuna, a foolish one, Alillahi, about Allah, Shatata, and excessive transgression. So let's see, Annahu, harf atf, Annahu is our Anna and Ismuha, then Kana. Let's learn about this Kana. We have not covered this topic so far in our basic Nahu, but I inshallah give you a little introduction to Kana. And inshallah, we'll do this when we'll start with our advanced surf and Nahu. So we are going to do this topic in our advanced structures of Nahu. For introduction, just learn that this is one of the Afar and Nakisa. Afar and Nakisa are they are the incomplete verbs, you can call them, and they are also called as Afar and Nasikha. They are Nakisa because they are incomplete, and they are Afar and Nasikha because they nasakh or they cancels out. So why they are called naqisa and nasikha? So let's see. We already know about the fail tam. We know that these are the common verbs that we have been learning so far in our surf and in our nahu. That there are lots of families. We learn about the verbs. They were all fail tam. They are the complete verbs because they all have the hadas, the action, and the zaman, the time, because they all contained these things like allama, we learned that jahada, we learned aslama, we learned. So they all contain the action, the pronouns inside them, and the time inside them. So they are all called as fa'ilitam. So, and we know that when these verbs have the fa'il and maf'ul, they give a complete meaning. Like qara'a Zaidun, Zaidu al-kitab, so Zaid read the book, read the book because it is past tense. Qara Zaidu al-kitaba. So Zaid read the book. So this is a complete sentence. Fa'il ta'am qara because it is giving the both the actions and it is also telling us the time. That is the past tense. So what is afal naqisa? Fa'il naqis has the time unit, but it lacks or it doesn't have an action. For example, kana, this is the most because we call these afal naqisa kana wa akhawatuha. So because this is the group of words you can say, and this kana leads that group. So you can call them afal naqisa. They are incomplete verbs. Like kana means he was. So it is incomplete because it is telling us some kind of action, time, because it was in the past, but it is not telling us any action. He was. He was what? So we need some time to complete this. So that is why it is a fairly nakis. It is an incomplete verb, unlike the other verbs that we have been learning so far. So when fairly nakis enters a jumla ismiya, like you can say, this in jumla ismiya, Zaidun talibun, you know that there is mubtada and khabar, Zaidun talibun. It cancels. This kana will cancels all its i'rab. Like Zaidun was marfu, talibun was marfu. So it is going to, this was this is mubtada and khabar. So it is going to cancel out all its i'rab. It will not be a mubtada or it will not be a khabar. We'll inshallah see what they will be called. So this fail naqis is going to cancel out. That is why it is also called as fail nasikh, because it is going to mansukh, or it is going to cancel its i'rab. Now the jumla has become, this jumla has become kana zaidun taliban. Kana zaidun taliban. So we are going to see what it does to the i'rab. The mubtada, because this is here we have learned about inna wa akhwatuha, inna and ismuha we learn, like innahu, so who is become is ism, just like that. This here mubtada remains marfu, you can see here it remains marfu, but now it is ism kana. This is what it is going to do. That is why it is also called as fail nasikh. It is naqis because it is incomplete. It is not giving us the complete meaning. And it is nasikh because it is cancelling out the i'rab that was already we learned for jumla ismiya. So now the mubtada remains marfu, but it is now, we call it ism kana. What about the khabar? The khabar changes to mansoob. I can see here it becomes mansoob, and it is now, we call it as khabar kana. So kana zaidun taliban, mubtada will be called as isim kana. Here kana, the i'rab will be kana, isim kana zaidun, and taliban is khabar kana. Phelanakis, just a little note, extra note for Phelanakis that can be used by Harfe Nasiba and Harf Jazma, and it is affected by both of them, Harfe Nasib and Harfe Jazm. Inshallah, we'll see that as well. So this was a little introduction about afal nakisa, which are also called afal nasir because they cancels out the default i'rab of a jumla ismiya. Now let's back to our ayah. وَأَنَّهُ كَانَ يَقُولُ سَفِيهُنَا عَلَى اللَّهِ شَطَطًا. So has been or was, he was or has been is the translation we are going to include with our fi'l tam, that is يقول here. يقول is our verb. We know that this is from qala yaqulu qawlan, and it is also our irregular surf. We know that the root letters are qaf, waw, and lam. So here we see that this is okay. Let's do the i'rab. Wa annahu again harf atf, and anna wa ismuha, who attached, or the damir muttasil, who. Then we have kana. This is our faile nakis or nasif. You can say it is faile madi nakis mabni al fath, because we are adding it faile madi because kana yakunu, it has our self kabijar itself. But inshallah, when we'll do it in detail, inshallah, I'm going to give you all the Surah Kabir as well. But for now, just remember that it is Fa'il Madi and it is Mabni al-Fath, as you can see. And now, as I mentioned to you that we have um, ism as well for kana. So damir mustatir taqdiru hua, and that is a ism kana here. Now vayakulu fi'l mudari marfu. Here fi'l mudari marfu, and we know that this is Qala, from Qala Yakulu, and the root letters of, as mentioned, Qaf, Waw, and Lam. And as mentioned that because this is the Hua version, we need to look for an outside doer. The first Rafa state or we see is Safihu. Safihu. So that will be or you can say the foolish one. Safihu is you can see here this is a mudaf mudaf alayh. So there are so many things going on in one sentence. You need to look carefully while doing the i'rab. So you can see here Safihuna is the idafa construction, mudaf, mudaf ilayh. But for now, the first rafa is our outside doer. So yakulu as an outside doer, so it's cancelled out the damir muttasil taqdiru huwa inside yakulu, and now Safihu has become a file marfu, and it is the mudaf. It is the mudaf for damir muttasil mabni ala sukun na, and it is the jar in the state of jar. It is not shown, it is hidden, so that we call it. One more new term I'm going to introduce is fi mahalli jar. Fi mahalli jar. Just remember this term, and inshallah we are going to talk about this as well, because this is in the place of jar, because we know that mudafali is always jar. So because we cannot see the jar state, na is mabni al sukoon and it is the damir muttasil. So we are going to write fi mahalli jar. So just for now, this is the mudaf mudafli construction, and this safihu is our outside door. Safihuna is our, this whole construction, the idafa construction is our outside door, our foolish one. And has been is added because of or was or used to say he was, or he used to say he used. You are going to see lots of or around two or three translations for this kana. So that a foolish one used to say or one has been saying about. Now let's go to alallahi. Here we are done with this. Safir file marfu for yakulu, qala yakulu qawl, qawlan, and this the failure is qul. So now is the min muttasil. Now let's see this alallahi here again. This is harf jar, and Allah lafzul jalala is majroor bil kasra, and this jar and majroor is we know that when jar majroor is attached with we see it in jumla failure. This is jumla failure, then it will be mutalik bil fail. So mutalik bil fail to yakulu. So, because we know that it is attached now, we see it in the Jumla Failure Yakul. Now, the last word is Shatata. Shatata is, we know that here, that's translated, and that a foolish one has been saying about Allah what? So, what is a detail? Saying about Allah what? Shatata. Shatata is transgression, that what is giving away, that it is a maful bihi mansoob. And we see that there is a fatha. So, this is the detail of, because it is giving the answer for what the foolish one has been saying or what he used to say. So, that what is telling us that this is maful bihi mansoob. So this is our whole era, the basic era for ayah number 4 of Surah Jinn. وَأَنَّهُ كَانَ يَقُولُ سَفِيهُنَا عَلَى اللَّهِ شَطَطًا. So the jinns are telling their company that a foolish one or a leader, somewhat leader, has been saying an excessive transgression about Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, because now they know that how exalted his he is. Alhamdulillah. So we are done with ayah number 4. I'll see you in the next session. Barakallahu li wa lakum. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu.